Hello, I'm Yoko, and here's part 2 of drawing all the Animal Crossing ducks as humans. If you missed that first part, I'd appreciate if you could check it out first, as in this series, I design/draw them in the order of my least liked animal to my most liked in each individual species. So this is also sort of a tier list of sorts. But with that said, if your favorite duck is in this video, congratulations! They are in what I consider the better half of the ducks. But yeah, let's get into drawing these. First up is Pom Pom, who I gave a score of 3. Reminder, these scores are out of 6. I think I forgot to add that in the first video. She is a peppy villager with the picture quote, "Happiness is a rainy day," and her catchphrase is, "Rah rah." That's so cute. Her skill is trivia, and she wants to be a CEO. So, obviously, with her name being Pom Pom and her catchphrase being "Rah rah," I had to go with a casual cheerleader design look, where she's wearing her uniform under her pink hoodie, because I like to design these based off their New Horizons look, so had to put in that pink hoodie. I made her cheerleading uniform mostly white with yellow accents, like a stripe on her stockings and some yellow shoes, to try to fit in with her color scheme. And, of course, I added a pom-pom. I gave her pigtails to try to make her seem like maybe she's like a new cheerleader in high school, like maybe she's pretty young. She also had bonus info about her being it kind of implies she's a shopaholic. It says she loves the feeling of opening a package and she waits by the mailbox every day, but when it gets there, she acts surprised anyway. Pretty cute, but it also says, I believe, that she shops every day. If you hear that noise in the background, that's my cat playing. But yeah, here's Pom Pom. I think she turned out pretty cute. Good start to the video, I'd say. Hope you guys like her. Next up is Freckles, who I also gave a score of 3. She's also peppy with the picture quote, "Act now before you change your mind," and the catchphrase, "Ducky." Her skill is Her skill is staying awake, and she wants to be a pharmacist. I gave her a sunburn to make her pinker, and of course freckles and a braid. Her outfit design is pretty simple, and I have something else I want to get into for this. Now, I like Freckles, but while I was looking up Freckles for a picture reference, I found an old Change.org petition to remove Freckles, I'm assuming from New Leaf, and at first I was offended, but I read it and it made me laugh. So I'm just going to read it to you. When Freckles moved into my village, I thought everything would be fine, but I was wrong. Freckles may seem cute and nice, but don't be fooled. Underneath, she is full of darkness. She often fights with other villagers. She gives disgusting gifts. Often I have caught her selling toilets and sinks in retail. She has gifted me insane gifts such as a men's urinal. Why, Freckles, do you have a men's urinal? Freckles wrote me a negative letter sending me a shower and saying it reminded me of her. Her house is decorated full of bathtubs and animals, which is animal abuse. We must protect our Animal Crossing towns from this monster. There gets more and more typos towards the end of it, by the way. This is hilarious, and I think anyone that has played this game or any game in the series has at least one Animal Crossing villager that they feel this way towards. But yeah, I had to bring that up. I thought it was really funny. But yeah, here's Freckles. I personally really like her, but let me know your opinion. Apparently that person didn't like her. Hope you guys like the drawing. Next up is Quilson, who I also gave a score of 3 to. There's a lot of 3s with the ducks. He's a smug villager whose picture quote is, "There is beauty in everything," and has the catchphrase, "Ridiculous," which is just plain ridiculous. His skill is skimming books, and he wants to be a musician. So I gave him green pants tucked into orange boots because I can never escape these duck color palettes of orange and yellows. It just doesn't go together. Go with some other stuff. I don't know. It's just like the cows all over again. I kept his sweater and scarf and gave him a freckled smug expression. I also gave him some makeup because why not? And I kept his hair blonde and neat, much like how he looks like as a duck. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't realize until I finished, but I basically just drew something that looked just like my original character, Hiroto. If my fangin was a kid's cartoon, this would be the cousin that shows up in one episode that turns out to be evil. Oops. But yeah, here's Quilson. Not too much to say. I have no idea how I didn't notice these things, how I don't notice these things until I'm done. I think I did the same thing when I was designing Hans, how he looked like my character June. But yeah, hope you guys like him anyway. Next up is Bill, who I once again gave a score of free to. There's a lot of frees, I'm sorry. Lots of slightly below average ducks. Bill is a jock with the picture quote, "Even though there is no I in team, there is a me," which, if I'm reading that right, kinda cocky, not gonna lie. His catchphrase is quacko, and his skill is bunting, which I think is a baseball thing. But his goal is also to be a race car driver, but he's also wearing a basketball uniform, I think. This duck has the Animal Crossing jock disease of being confused about sports, which is evident in some extra info I found that says Bill's body is his temple and his paycheck. He is a professional athlete, after all. In what sport? And another thing said he loves football too. I find all of this hilarious and find it extra funny that his house doesn't even look sporty. It's like a restaurant. Anyway, design-wise, I went pretty simple, tried to make him smaller in stature, and gave him red hair that's shaved close to his skull, except for a little tuft that's like the little bangs. The outfit's just a sports uniform matching what he was wearing, and I didn't look up what they look like, but I feel like I may have just given him something similar to what the Lakers wear. Maybe like an alternate uniform. I think they're mostly yellow, I don't know. Anyway, I have Bill in my town right now, and I have been neglecting my Animal Crossing villagers for so long. I need to go back and play. But he's kind of just there, but he's not bad. He's pretty cool. He'll be like my drawing, and I think he has a lot of personality. I really like his face that I gave him. Next up is Weber, who is our last score of free. I promise we're done after him. No more scores of free for these ducks. He is a lazy duck with the picture quote, "Today's adults are yesterday's children," and the catchphrase, "Quah." His skill is beatboxing, which reminds me of Harold from Total Drama, and his goal is to be a musician. Lots of duck musicians, they should make a band together. That'd be cute. And some extra info says, he wanders around in a daze and animals feel the need to take care of him, but in reality, he can do just fine on his own, he's just slower. And another thing says he doesn't look or act his age and people want to pinch his cheeks. And basically, he gave me neurodivergent vibes with a special interest in music. And he doesn't need to be babied. The game says so. He can take care of himself. But yeah, with that said, I gave him a yellow chew stem to resemble the yellow on his beak. And because I wanted to... I've never drawn any, like, stem toys. And I thought it would be interesting to add, like, a necklace. And I put him in comfy clothes, making his shirt loose-fitting and giving him sweats. I like to imagine he just woke up, so he's not wearing shorts. Did I say shorts? I meant shoes. He's wearing pants, guys. He's only got socks on, but also I love his bowl cut that I gave him. I tried to give him the vibe of the person who you'd want to baby, since that's what the info says happens. But yeah, here's Weber. Hope you guys like him. I really liked how he turned out. Do you guys give any of Animal Crossing characters headcanons like this? Let me know in the comments. Next up is Scoot, who I gave a score of 4. Also, I was lazy and used the symmetry tool for most of this, so don't bully me, I was very tired. He's a jock with the picture quote, "Some birds avoid the water, ducks look for it." And the catchphrase, "Zip zoom." His skill is climbing trees, and he wants to be a rugby player. His house is also basically a backyard of a pool. His extra info says he's feisty, and right before I started drawing this, I was double checking to see if it says exactly what that thing on his head is somewhere. And I'm happy I did, because I thought that was like a helmet or something for some kind of sport, but it's actually a swimming cap, which makes a lot of sense because duck. So I gave him that cap with some yellow goggles and his normal frog shirt and simple green shorts. I also decided to leave him without shoes since he's like ready to swim. I wanted to give him tan lines, but I also wanted to keep him with a naturally tanner skin tone. So it's not as obvious, but he's got some tan lines. But yeah, I really like Scoot. I had him in my New Leaf town, and he was super cool. He's baby. Hope you guys liked the finished drawing, even if I was kind of lazy. Speaking of lazy, the next villager's personality type is lazy. If you know the remaining ducks, you'll know the next one up is Drake, who I gave a score of 5. I love his design. It's simple, but I appreciate the mallard look. Some animals are like, oh, you just look like the animal. That's kind of boring, but ducks are cool looking. As I said, he's lazy, and his picture quote is ... quack. And his catchphrase is quacko, the same as Bill. His skill is rock, paper, scissors, and his goal is to be a cartoonist. A duck after my own heart. Also, his extra info says he's either very hungry or very full and no one's seen him properly fed, which honestly is concerning, but probably relatable for any professional artists out there. Deadlines and stuff, oof. Design-wise, I kind of made him smug-looking even though he's lazy. He can be both, don't judge, though admittedly, before I looked up his personality type, I thought he was a smug duck. But you know, that's fine. I gave him a poofy green mohawk and a yellow earring because I'm required to squeeze in that ugly yellow in half of these drawings. It's hard to see in the final, but I tried giving him some subtle eye bags. Poor sleepless artist. I gave him loose-fitting pants with big cuffs colored like his belly as the duck, and I despise his shirt. I can't do pixel art to save my life, so enjoy this weird blurred-out mess of a blobbed-out design that I used the Pixelize tool to make slightly pixelated. Also, don't ask what these shoes are, I don't know. But yeah, here's Drake. Hope you guys like him. He's the last boy in this video, and I think Drake is actually what male ducks are called. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I think that's cool. He's the last boy in this video, and there's only 2 more ducks left. Next up is Molly, who I gave a score of 5 to. She's a normal duck with the picture quote, like water off a duck's back, and the catchphrase, quackity, which is so cute. That's adorable. Her skill is drawing circles, and she wants to be a florist, which makes me question why in her New Horizons house, she no longer has flowers. I believe she had flowers, or at least 1 flower in her New Leaf town. If Molly is in your town, please give her flowers right now. She deserves them. She deserves the best. Design-wise, I gave her a cute braid with some darker highlights and round earrings to resemble her blush. I kept her yellow dress and added darker tights with what are supposed to be simple yellow flowers on them, but admittedly, I was kind of lazy and I was behind schedule for this video, but I ended up procrastinating this video, so it didn't matter in the end. I know Molly's a pretty basic brown duck, but I think she's super cute, and my personal like of Molly stems from Chugga Conroy's New Leaf playthrough, where she was in his town, and he loved her, and everyone loved her. His playthrough is what truly got me into Animal Crossing, so I'm biased. You can sue me. Molly is my second favorite duck, and I hope you guys like her design. I think in the end, things might blend together a little too much, but I still think she's cute. So, you know, hope you guys like her. Now, moving on. My cat is attacking me. Last up, and my favorite duck, is Ketchup, who has a perfect score of 6, which is ironic because I kind of hate tomatoes with a passion, but I can appreciate her being a tomato duck. Sorry if I'm stuttering, my cat is literally attacking my hair as I speak. But yeah, tomato duck, very cute. She's a peppy duck with the picture quote, "When in doubt, eat a tomato," which, no thanks, you do you though. Her catchphrase is bitty, and her skill is chopping vegetables. She also wants to be a singer, which I ran with. I wanted to keep her a bit plump like a tomato. Bleh, I swear I can talk. Plump like a tomato, and wanted her to give off a friendly, wild pop star vibe. I kept bright, poofy hair with a green streak, and I also gave her hoop earrings and bright makeup. Admittedly, the gloves were kind of lazy, but I love those thigh-high boots I gave her. I love them. Honestly, I think the thing that clashes the most with this design is her shirt that I had to keep from her normal design. I'm almost positive this was originally a dress in the game, but I wanted to keep her bright red pants that she has on too. So I changed the design slightly by adding a thing that comes off the bow and wraps around her shoulders and turning it into a shirt. But yeah, I wanted her to look fun and friendly. Somehow, she's just super cute. Someone make our girl Ketchup a pop star. Have her sing Bubblegum KK or something. She deserves it. But yeah, I hope you guys like her. I really like this design. Who's your favorite design in the video? Who was your favorite duck in general, like in the game? If they weren't in this video and you didn't listen to my suggestion in the beginning, then check out part 1 of the ducks. With that said, the ducks as a species had a collective score of 2.882. Making them, I believe, 32nd place in all the species. Who are you guys looking forward to me drawing? Keep in mind I'm going from my least favorite species to my favorite species, so if it's a popular species, it might take a while. But yeah, feel free to guess which one might be next in the comments. With that said, if you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate if you could like, subscribe, and maybe tell a friend. If you enjoyed my art, I'd be happy if you checked out my Instagram, which is linked below. I swear I can talk right now, and I'm not usually this bad. My cat is just literally attacking me. I'd be happy if you checked out my Instagram, and my commissions are open there if you'd like to support me that way. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.